Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. Hopefully, you had a pleasant weekend. It is another episode of the Monday Talks. We're a couple days before Christmas, and that gentleman right there has put out another list of 10 questions. That is from Neil, formerly of Neil Collects, now Collectomania. Link to him down below. He put out 10 Christmas questions to be answered, and I figured this is a good way to kind of vamp on a Monday. So let's answer some holiday questions. I'm even going to flip it around for you guys just so you can get the extra joy here. Hello, welcome back. Got the 10 questions written down. They will be posted in the description down below because these are fun. You know, I like it when people take up the challenge and go for it. So hopefully we can see more. Now, again, I haven't put much thought into these yet, but we'll do it as we go. Question number 1. If you could have only one Christmas song on repeat for the entire season, which would it be? Well, I'm of two minds of this. I figure it could be The Reason to Drive Myself Insane or actually a proper Christmas song. Because if I wanted to drive myself insane, it would be I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas over and over and over and over. And then at that point, see his act. But now, if I had to pick a good one, I would probably say, and I guess because growing up, my mom and dad I always listened to a lot of older music with them, like a lot of, especially with my dad, like Motown and all that stuff. But I think for Christmas song, I think I would have to go Nat King Cole, like really, really old stuff. Trying to think of which one in particular. Oh, he did so many good ones. I couldn't choose one, but he has a Christmas album that's just absolutely fantastic. Any of those songs on repeat over and over, or if I could appeal to the judges and get the entire album, that would be it. That would be it right there. So anything Nat King Cole, really, from that album. Question number 2. What is the most memorable gift you've ever received for Christmas? I think, kind of talking about what we talked about last week in the 1960 World Series, I think when my mom got me that for Christmas, that may have been the most memorable because it was something I didn't know existed, and then later finding out the history behind the DVD footage of Game 7 of the 1960 World Series and the fact that it almost didn't exist anymore, I think that made it. Or the first of the mini museums my sister got me. Just because it was something I didn't know existed, and it was something really cool. Whenever I get something that's like I didn't know it existed, that gets extra point. That gets extra points for me, in all honesty. Question number 3: if you could spend Christmas anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? See, that is a tough one. Because, most people would say I want to spend it with my family. And, I more than often do. On Christmas Day, I'm in Pittsburgh with the family. So if I could spend Christmas anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I think probably, as much as I complain about the cold, I truly believe that Christmas should be, a wintry holiday. There have been, especially as of late, so many Christmases that have been, God, I remember the first time I saw it a couple years ago in Pittsburgh, it was like 60 degrees, maybe even closer to 70 on Christmas. So I think somewhere way up there, and honestly, I don't think it gets more Christmas Eve just because of all the reindeer and whatnot in the atmosphere than, like northern Scandinavia, Lapland and all that. I think that would be really cool. I'd only want to do it once because screw the cold, but I think that would be it. Question number 4. What is your go-to Christmas movie and why do you love it so much? Oh, there's so many. Normally my default thing around Christmas, I don't even know if they still do it, but back in the day they used to do the 007 Days of Christmas, just a bunch of Bond movies, and I'm a huge James Bond fan. I love James Bond movies. So that, but Christmas movie, obviously Die Hard, yes, it's a Christmas movie. That's a classic, but I think probably the classic just because I don't know if TNT, if that's even a network, and 2, if they still do it. But they always did the 24 hours of A Christmas Story. And honestly, A Christmas Story is an American classic. It's an American classic. A major award, the Bumpus's dogs, It doesn't get much better than A Christmas Story. That's all I'm going to say. It's one of the best. One of the best. Number 5. What is the most unusual Christmas tradition you or your family have? Well, in the olden days, before time and family situations kind of, people kind of drifted apart a little more, we used to do on Christmas Day on my mom's side of the family, we would do the joke grab bag. So everybody would pick a name out of a hat, and you get them something weird and goofy based on, something they'd done that previous year. It was always a good time, and we haven't done it for a while just because the whole family hasn't spent Christmas together in a long time. That's something I miss. It was something really fun like that. Just something silly. Let's see here. Number 6, have you ever had a Christmas disaster, e.g. cooking mishap, gift mix-up? What happened? As far as the gift mix-up goes, no. I can't recall one. Cooking disaster, really can't think of one either. I think it was last year or the year before. So 2023 or 2022 Christmas, when I went home, we were cooking, and there was a minor little mishap that my mom thought was going to end up being a disaster. Thankfully, it wasn't. But that was really the only thing I can think of. And everything turned out well because, there's not a whole lot in cooking you can't reverse unless it's adding too much of something. Like, you can, like salt especially, you can usually balance things out, and we were able to do so. But so really, I think, I've heard the horror stories of like, the dog pulling the tree out the window or whatever, but I never had that happen to me that I can recall. Number 7, if you could invite any 3 people, living or dead, to Christmas dinner, who would they be? Now, this one I actually have thought about because I'm basing this answer off of 3 people that I would love to just sit with and pick their brain. Just because I find them fascinating. 2 of them are living, 1 of them is not. The first one, the one that isn't living, Leonardo da Vinci. I mean, and obviously language barrier aside, just to pick his brain. Like, the man was so far ahead of his time. And then the 2 that are still with us that I would throw in for that, just to pick the brain, David Lynch. I would love to know what makes that guy tick. I would love to know what makes David Lynch tick. Just his movies are out there. And I would just love for, an evening just to get inside of his brain. And the final one, a Pittsburgh institution, a fashion plate, a musician, the Goldblum, Jeff Goldblum, just because, my God, I don't think there are too many more fascinating individuals on the planet than Jeff Goldblum, just for so many reasons. The guy is something else. And that would be a fun Christmas dinner, I truly think. Number 8, what is the best Christmas decoration or ornament you've ever bought or received? I think it would be some of the ones my mom got me a few years ago that were made after they were going to implode the old Pittsburgh Civic Arena. Mellon Arena, no. The Civic Arena where the Penguins used to play. It had the metal dome, the igloo. Which weirdly, in the movie, what was the Van Damme movie in Pittsburgh? Sudden Death. They opened the one section of roof that can be opened. I've never actually seen it opened in reality before, and I never will now because that arena's gone. But she got me some Christmas ornaments that were made from the roof, sections of the roof, and just pounded into little designs. Those are really, really cool. Or years ago when we were in Philmont, the Boy Scout ranch in New Mexico, I think I picked up an F-117 fighter ornament at the gift shop at Holloman Air Force Base that I still have. If I had a tree, that it would be up on the tree, but they're in a box when I do get a tree. Number 9, what is your favorite Christmas food or treat, and do you only eat it during the holiday season? Okay, well, here's where it gets interesting. Coming from mostly an Italian background, the entirety of my mom's side is Italian, they would always do the 7 fishes on Christmas Eve. here's the problem. I'm allergic to seafood. You know about the hazelnuts, now you know about the seafood. Me and seafood, nah, not so much. So that would be the one thing if I could actually partake in it. But somebody in the family always has the Christmas dinner where it has the seven fishes, or maybe more than that. But I know there's a history behind it. I don't 100% know it. My mom has something behind it. That might be a future Monday video. Just talking about that. I mean, it ranks up there with the Pittsburgh parking chair. That's all I gotta say. But for me personally, the stuff I have, I think it would probably just be like all the holiday cookies that the various people make during the season. A lot of the people in the family are really, really good bakers. And my mom makes peanut butter balls, and she only does it around the holiday season. They're phenomenal. I love them. She's been making them as long as I can remember, and they're still, room temperature, fridge, freezer, doesn't matter. They're amazing. Same with the chocolate chip cookies my Aunt Ginger makes. Very good out of the freezer. I digress. The final one, if you could make a Christmas pizza, what would be the toppings? How evil do we want to go here? Because what do you think of for Christmas? For Christmas, like, foodstuffs. There's really, like, if it was a Thanksgiving pizza, it would be a little easier. But Christmas, it's so wide. It so widely differs based on where you are in the country, how you grew up, this and that. So, I think the only thing that could possibly make sense to have it be the true spirit of Christmas on a pizza, it'd have to be fruitcake. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know, because like Christmas, I don't really think of like much like in the way of Christmas. Like maybe ham, but ham's been on pizza forever. By the way, don't blame the Hawaiians for inventing the Hawaiian pizza. It was the Canadians. That is a true story, by the way. Although, I don't know why people are complaining about it anyway. I don't mind pineapple on pizza at all. It is what it is. Come for me if you want. Half of you know where I live. I'll put coffee on. Yeah, I really can't think of anything. Honestly, it would just be something goofy like that. Like make it a dessert pizza. Like with fruitcake, Christmas spices, and like an eggnog crust. I mean, actually, I wonder if that's doable. Patent pending. Patent pending. Where are you? Where's the thing? There you are. Patent pending. But I don't really know. I think that would probably be it. Just some sort of like maybe fruitcake dessert pizza, which, hey, why not? That could be interesting. You know what else is interesting? Actually doing these. This was a lot of fun. And it is perfectly timed. There is a couple days until Christmas. So I figured that's a good way to spend a Monday. 15 minutes of you staring at me. Haha. Well, but the problem is I have to look at me too as I record this, so I didn't get off totally scot-free either. But that's going to do it for this Monday. Have a great rest of your week. There will be no TTM Tuesday tomorrow because I'm not around. But then back to it on Wednesday for Christmas. Wherever you are, have a very safe and Merry Christmas. If you're traveling, be safe, depending on where you are, weather-wise, northeast. Just be safe, be happy, enjoy the rest of the week, and we will see you later.